Okay, it's Chandler Clips here after a really long time of not posting videos regularly because having recently gotten my computer fixed and a fresh install of Windows 10, I now have installed Open Broadcaster software and just used it to record a video of a programming project that I wrote today. And I also just wanted to record a short video to update people with what's up with my life for those few who really care. And you know, the truth is, most really don't care what goes on with my life because everybody's wrapped up with their own lives. But hey, it's my YouTube channel, so I'm just going to say that I've just been under a lot of different things stressing me out lately, and of course, the computer not working was stressing me out because that meant that I couldn't communicate with anybody. Um, but aside from that, there's been my health concerns that I've been worried about. But luckily, I may get that resolved. The urologist that I saw prescribed an antibiotic and this other medicine that treats the symptoms of an enlarged prostate. And I don't know if she knows for sure if that's what my problem is, but I guess she decided to prescribe that because it relaxes the muscles and helps me pee better. So, because I've been having urinary trouble and I've been reading all kinds of stuff online trying to figure out what's really going on. And I do know that I have a varicocele, which is screwing up the blood flow and causing pain with the left testicle. And that may even have something to do with an enlarged prostate if that is what I do have. So I don't really know, but at least the medicine will help me perhaps get rid of any infection and help me pee a little bit better than I was until I get to see the urologist on November 20th. Since I still have to wait another month, so that's kind of crazy. So I just have to survive till then and still somehow manage to work my job and do all the crazy stuff I have to do in my life. So yeah, basically I've been so busy that I haven't been able to really do anything. I haven't talked to my online friends very much, and it's very difficult to do so because the timing of it all is difficult. And I'm hardly ever home. But today I was off from work. I had to do other stuff, but I feel really good that I wrote that hex dumping program. Because I've been trying to get back into programming, and I've been trying to figure out what I can do that's useful, and I just don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I'll ever be a really good programmer, but at least I know the basics. I know how to do some cool stuff, and what would be really nice is if and what I'm hoping to do with that, when I have a lot of time, because I'm also trying to get in my own apartment, and when I do have my own apartment where I'm there left alone, then on my days off I can spend many hours. And what I want to do is I want to get a book on like all the Unix commands, or at least the most commonly used ones, because there's so many Unix commands. Seriously, like there's of course cat, the one that I don't know why it's called cat, but it basically displays the text in a file. And then there's ls, which lists the directory contents, and then of course there's certain commands like cp, which is for copying file, mv, which is for moving files, rm, which is for removing files. It's like, so I've memorized just a lot of common Unix and Linux commands, because Unix and Linux are so similar and they use the same command set for the most part. And so that's the thing. But then there's other things like there's SED, there's awk, there's grep. There's so many different Unix commands, and they all accept various command line arguments. If somebody has a full mastery of knowing how to use the most common command line arguments, and if they understand enough about how the Unix or Linux file system works, what they're working on, they could become a system administrator. And that would be cool, because if you have like if you work for a company, say, that uses a whole bunch of servers running Unix or Linux, knowing how to manage those, knowing how to do maintenance on those and stuff would be very valuable. Although at the same time, I'll bet you a lot of that can be done from a graphical environment, so you don't have to use the commands. Like back when I used Linux for years, I was using Ubuntu Linux or Puppy Linux, and it's like you have text editors. You can just edit text files in them with text editors just the same way as you would a notepad. Just point and click on a file, double click it, open the text file, edit the text. And I even did bash scripting, so it's really cool. So anyway, I'm really nerdy about that. Didn't mean to get sidetracked on that, but I can't stop thinking about computer programming. And I was working on that stuff for like 2 or 3 hours today, when I could have, if with that same time, I probably could have played Minecraft or something, or some other game, but I just really felt the urge to get back into it. And I don't know, maybe I'll be smart and knowledgeable enough someday to figure out something really cool I could do with programming. But everybody has that dream of making a best-selling game, or you know, people who get into programming. Not everybody has that dream, but that was my idea. It's like, I'm gonna make video games and get rich. And it's like, no, never happened. I'm lucky if I can write an integer sequence program, or a program that can open or read a few bytes of a file. So, oh well, I tried. But I have so many other goals in life, things I want to accomplish, and so I just want to end this video with mentioning a few of my goals. I mean, of course I intend to keep working at Hy-Vee, since it's my first job and I intend to keep it, and everybody knows me. And I'm hoping to really structure my life once I get in my own apartment, and every object in there will be where I last put it. It's not easy to have the structured, predictable, routine life that I, as an autistic person, need, because I live with my mom. She's always talking to me and always moving things and cleaning things, or making me clean things, because she has music students coming. So I don't run my own schedule or finances or anything, but I'm really hoping for the day when I do, because I'll be able to figure it all out, is what I'm hoping. Figure out, what I'm able to spend, what I'm able to save, how to manage my time. There's so many things that I want to do, because I'm old. I'm 31 years old, and the thing is, I want to pursue the things I'm talented at, whether it's my art or video games or maybe programming. And if things really went well, maybe someday I could even live out in the middle of nowhere and grow my own food and that kind of thing. That's one of my dreams that I've mentioned to my friends, But yeah, so that's the thing. So let's just hope that I still live to do all this stuff. I've just been a little bit worried because of my recent health problems, and then while I was worried about that, then I couldn't use the computer for at least a month, because it wouldn't connect to the internet until, okay, here's what happened is, my dance teacher, she took me out to Harrisonville to see her tech guy. She goes to this guy who fixes up computers and builds computers, but he was able to tell me that I needed a fresh install of Windows 10. I was trying to use FreeBSD, but it didn't recognize my wireless card. And so now it's possible apparently to download Windows 10, burn it to a DVD, and boot it from that. So that's what I did. So I've got Windows 10 again, and I can now record videos again. And so that can be good news or bad news depending on who you are. And I wasn't going to say this, but since I'm on the subject, I just really have to say that the largest part of what I've intended to do, both with my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, has been vegan activism, which is, of course, basically consists of explaining to people why we should go vegan. And I haven't been able to do that as much lately, but the thing is, that is the most important thing to me, because that's the one thing that will matter. It's a matter of life or death, and that matters even after I'm dead. And so that's the thing. Regardless of whether I fulfill my dreams of being some kind of expert computer programmer or the video game champion of the world or whatever I end up doing, I just want people to realize that my life, I would like my life to be remembered as somebody who learned the truth about what was happening and went vegan for the animals, and I would like others to do the same. There's nothing any of my friends could do that would mean more to me. It's not about me. It's about those animals. And recently, I have seen, the whole time I've known Pafo, I have seen something. I have seen people accuse him of being holier than thou and sanctimonious and thinking that he's better than people because he's vegan. And that's something that carnists say, the non-vegans say. They want to act like there's something wrong with his character, as to not look at their own. And here's the truth of it. The truth is, those who don't contribute to murder and rape, I would say they are better, and so would those animals, and you know it. So quit picking on the vegans like we're the people who are messed up. And yeah, sometimes we come across as jerks to humans, because you know what? We're sick of humanity, the most of humanity, and their excuses for hurting and killing animals. And see, a lot of people just don't know. I get that. I realize people don't realize that all that's happening to these animals. But what I can't understand is why people, after finding out, still can be so selfish as to not change their ways. And it's just so weird. I mean, I think about it. I really think about this hard, and I think, what's so important? What possible thing is so important that somebody can justify what we do to animals? And that's the thing, and that's that's my little speech. And there will be more speeches like this as long as I live, because I may not get to say much most of the time. I'm socially isolated, and I can't bring this up at work. But people who, even my closest friends, the people that I know at Hy-Vee, and my best friends that I play video games with, that I've known for years, it breaks my heart that even though I enjoy spending time with them, that at the same time realizing that the world would be better off without them and most of humanity. I truly do see humanity as the greatest evil that there ever could be, because no species is capable of causing the immense harm. The other animals could not cause the harm that human beings do, even if they tried. Because humans, they have the language skills, we have the internet, we have the technology, for good or evil. But it seems that power corrupts, and the more a person can do, the more selfish they become. It's interesting how that works. And we see it. You see this with religious leaders, you see it with politicians, and it's just so obvious that the people who are in charge of the world, who are really running the show, are selfish. They're selfish jerks, and they don't care about anybody but themselves and making lots of money and controlling other people's lives. It's funny. People pick on people like me and Pafo for trying to control people's lives, just because we're asking them to stop hurting animals and eat plants instead. Meanwhile, the politicians like Trump, which everyone knows Trump's an idiot, except for the Trump supporters. I don't like hearing about him, but I have a friend who complains about him a lot. And it's really odd. And you know what? Climate change is getting worse, and it looks like it will kill off the human race. It'll kill off the other animals too, but at least it'll put us all out of our misery. And with the knowledge that the end is coming and it's too late to stop it, I've been trying to relax. I've been trying to relax and enjoy the time I have left with my life, however long it may be. But at the same time, it's hard being so hyper aware of all the suffering that's going on in the world, and having to act normal, having to put on a smile and pretend that things are okay. You know, that's hard because it's fake. And people ask me, you know, how I am, and what am I supposed to say? Sometimes I say, well, pretty good or fine, but it's the social thing to say. When I say that, it's a lie, but I'm not saying it to be dishonest. It's just that that's what I have to say. And you know what I'm talking about. I can't tell people the truth. They don't want to hear the truth, but they ask how you are. All these social things that humans do that don't mean anything, they're so shallow, and I'm sick of it. I don't like most humans. I really don't. Because they're so shallow. And they don't really mean what they say. But there are a few good people that I like. I do have some close friends, and I like them. So, yeah, I just want my friends to know that I'm doing okay for now, and I hope that everything is resolved with my health problems and financial problems, and that I'm able to have a more active life doing the things I want to do and the things that matter. Anyway, I guess that's all I have the energy to say for now.